Okay, hello and welcome to lesson 6 of topic 24, sine and cosine rule. So if you were able to do lesson 5 and get all the answers right to all the questions, then you can tick this one off. What we're going to be focusing on today is the second point here, using the area of the triangle formula to find missing sides and angles. So essentially, we're going to use what we did yesterday to try and work backwards and find missing sides, missing angles. So your title is still going to be area rule, and we're going to be using this same formula that we looked at in the previous lesson. Now this is the first example we're going to look at, so I'd like you to copy this down. You can label this as finding a missing angle. Okay, so finding a missing angle. So when you look at this question, we're given the area, okay, and we're looking to find this angle here. So we're going to need to be able to use the formula we've got here, work backwards to be able to find what the angle is. So first thing as we do normally is to label the triangle. So capital C there, then again A and B, doesn't matter which way around it is. And we're going to substitute what we know into this formula. And we do know the area this time, so we're going to write that in. So we've got 70 is equal to a half, multiplied by 16, multiplied by 11, multiplied by sine of x. Now what we're looking to do at this stage, and this is probably the most important part, is we're looking to rearrange this to make sine x the subject so we can work out what x is ultimately. So when I look at this, I've got a half multiplied by 16, multiplied by 11, multiplied by sine x. I want to undo what I've got here. I want to work backwards. So I'm going to look to divide by that whole sum. So I'm going to write this as 70 divided by these three things. Okay, I'm just going to change a half to 0.5 just because it's slightly easier in the calculator. So I'm going to write 0.5 times 16 times 11, and that's equal to sine x. So that step is really important, the ability to divide by those things to give me sine x on its own. So I do 70 divided by 0.5 times 16 times 11, type that into your calculator, let your calculator do it for you. You'll get 35 over 44, or as a decimal you're looking at 0.7954, something like that. Now the final part of this particular example is I need to work out x. At the moment I've got sine x, okay, and we looked at finding angles when we were looking at working backwards in the cosine rule and the sine rule, and what we do is we must remember to do sine to the minus 1 of this number. So we do sine to the minus 1 of this answer, so you can use the answer button in your calculators. I think they're recurring. So it's safer to use your answer button, but you type sine to the minus 1 of that number in, and you'll get 52.7 degrees to one decimal place, or to three significant figures. So that's going to be your answer. Again, it's important to understand what we've found there. So we found an angle, that's why there's degrees on the end there. Okay, so I need you to make sure you've copied that down. You might want to pause it, rewind it, just make sure you understand step by step what we're doing there. Now the second example is relatively similar, but this time we're going to look to find a missing side. So label this as finding a missing side. The previous one was finding a missing angle. The process is relatively similar as much as we're given the area again, and we're looking to find a side this time. So label what you've got here. So capital C for the angle. Then we're looking at, let's say, A and B like that. So substitute in what you've got. You've got 40 equal to a half times 12 times x times sine of 105. And then the process remains the same. What I'm looking to do is to work backwards and to get just x this time. Okay, just x on its own. So these are all being multiplied together, so I'm going to divide those all in one go. So I'm going to write 40 divided by, and again I'll use 0.5 rather than a half, 0.5 times 12 times sine of 105. And that's going to be equal to x this time. So type that into your calculator, okay? Let your calculator do the work for you, and you'll get 6.90 to three significant figures, and that would be your answer. That's a side that we found there, okay? So again, I would like you to copy this example down as well, because I want you to have one of each, okay, finding a missing side and finding a missing angle. Once you've done that, then have a go at the questions in the booklet, mark your answers and make sure you email if you've got any questions. Okay, thank you.